Hey friends, welcome back to another video. It's Gerald, and today I wanna be up and close and personal with you. Have a little bit of bonding time and to thank you for 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody. I figured today I want to do something simple to be more relatable. Basically to share my personal story of how COVID kind of crushed me financially back then. And the crazy-ish, I would like to think crazy, but crazy is relative. Crazy-ish things that I did to kind of achieve what my heart wanted, right? The heart wants what it wants. So let's get started, shall we? For those of you that are new to my channel, I was actually a former Singapore national shuttler. So I played badminton professionally for Singapore, and I like to think that I was kind of good. I would have won like small titles if I stayed on and competed. I don't think I was Michael Phelps, but kind of not bad as a professional athlete. But what a lot of people don't know is that first, you can actually make a living as a professional athlete in Singapore. I think a lot of people still think you can't. You actually can, but the difficulty isn't so much in making a living during your sporting career, but it's after your sporting career ended. As a former national shuttler in Singapore, right, the pay was kind of okay if you win and do well and teach badminton on the side. The problem is, because badminton takes about 6 to 8 hours a day, I couldn't pursue like higher education, like my university degree, while I was playing competitively, at least not in Singapore. Maybe I could have gotten the degree somewhere else if the school was more accommodating to my hectic traveling schedule. We travel more than once a month, and to work around the exam schedules, the assignments, it's just difficult. So then the problem is when you retire from badminton, which peaks in your 30s, you would end up with more than 10-15 years of professional badminton experience, no university degree, no working experience, not much experience, doing Excel sheet, PowerPoint slides. So that's why it becomes very hard to find a return back to the corporate ladder once you quit badminton professionally. So then, as a result, a lot of people become badminton coaches, and it's a very saturated market in Singapore. And me being me, I really just wanted to do what I'm passionate about. I love playing badminton. I love investing in finance, without being tied down by money or location. Like I must, be in this place. I can't travel. I can't do anything. So that's what I kind of wanted. So then, after I left the national team, very briefly, in fact, during the last few months before I left the national team, I learned about Rich Dad, Poor Dad and how to achieve quote-unquote financial freedom. The first thing that I was, the first time I was introduced to that word. And after leaving the national team, I tried to apply, the 4 quadrants to learn the stuff. And basically from my late teens till my university days, I did all sorts of sales jobs to learn the experience for free. And eventually, I actually did build a working experience. Talked about, starting the business and my challenges. I think here, you can check it out over here. I also talked about the amount of money that I made from running this quote-unquote passive income business, which is basically a badminton academy in Singapore. Well, to be really frank with you, it wasn't truly passive. It was definitely automated because we have different people, working in different functions, but it wasn't that scalable. Truth is, I could get by comfortably while being involved in the business, kind of like what a lot of other coaches are currently doing in Singapore. So in some sense, I was a happy business owner / badminton coach in Singapore, but I was living on thin ice because it's not scalable and competition is intense. And I kind of, at that point of time, during my university days, thought, maybe that's my pathway. That's the path that I'll take. And then, during my final year of university, COVID-19 came and said hello, and it completely destroyed my business. How did it destroy me? Well, if you want to run badminton classes, you need people to, be able to book badminton courts and play badminton. But social distancing was just a norm that kind of really destroyed group classes. All the venues were closed for months, and I have a lot of mouths to feed. Because the staff that work for me for full time, they need to be fed. So that's one challenge I faced. It was tough. It was so tough. And you would think that, hey, Gerald, don't you have a 100,000 subscriber YouTube channel on badminton? That should work, right? No. You would think that, badminton YouTube would do well during COVID-19. But in reality is that when COVID-19 struck, everybody stayed home. Who's going to watch badminton tutorials? Nobody. So the YouTube algorithm kind of picked it up and smashed not the like button, my channel's algorithm, and basically I lost like 70% of the views within a month, and it just spiraled downwards because people realized, hey, nobody's interested in YouTube, so YouTube stopped recommending my videos, and then it's kind of a vicious cycle. It did recover to some extent when things got better, but it was tough. Like, it was making pennies, definitely not enough to make a full-time job. Yeah, so then I had to take care of my staff. So because it was unreasonable to make them take unpaid leave for a long time, so then we did some work, try to get things going, paid them out of pocket. So it was a huge cash drain, and eventually I had to get a job if I want to sustain the business. Even if I didn't want to sustain the business, I had to get a job. So, and that was when I just graduated from uni, like a couple months later, right? So then it was tough. It was a very humbling experience. I slogged, man. I really slogged in the corporate job or trying to juggle the Badminton Academy, the YouTube channel, and then started this third YouTube channel because I think, the money would make more sense to help my family and myself. And to be honest, I hated the corporate job. I worked 12 to 14 hours a day. And to be fair, I think my bosses were really nice, were really supportive. But to be honest, I just wasn't that passionate about the job. I'm not a huge fan of making PowerPoint slides and then, to have problems and then to revise the alignment, the details. I'm kind of chatty. I kind of want to make sure things go and move things. But if there's like approval, rejection, edit a little bit, approval, rejection, you need to make sure you make this person happy. The politics, tough and long hours, like 6-hour working days on average, 12 to 14 hours. My relationship suffered. Like every time during dinner, like I would, after work, I was nearing the end of work, I would get slapped like, hey, we got an urgent requirement that needs to be done tomorrow morning. So GG, me and my boss need to stay up until 10 p.m. just to finish work. It was tough. Then during dinner, my wife had to eat alone. And whenever she tries to speak to me, I'm like, I want to rush things so that I don't sleep at like 2 a.m. So then it was really stressful. My relationship really suffered. But to be fair, I was paid really well. I think, I can't give you the exact figure, but it was approximately $60,000 in annual pay package with a very good career progression. It was kind of feeding me and my family and making sure that my business can tide through the difficult times because I was paid well, very well in fact. And honestly, it felt like a rabbit hole. Because the more that I get tied up to this job that stretches me very thin, the more my businesses kind of suffer and won't be able to recover and grow because I don't have a lot of time to motivate the people, find other ways to make money. So then it was hard, like focus on this or focus on this. I can't really juggle both because they ask too much from me. So if I stuck in this job, I felt that people around me would be happy. I could almost juggle everything. The only unhappy person was kind of myself. To be honest, I really wanted out. But I didn't want people around me to suffer because I can't afford to take care of my wife, my family. I can't afford to pay my staff. So it was really, really stressful. I really tried to grow my YouTube channel, but it was moving like a freaking snail during that period of time while others was just booming. I remember during those days, I was the same size as Calvin Learns Investing. Yeah, we were same, like at 1,000, 2,000 subscribers those days, and the big guy was like Josh, the astute parent. He was like twice my size, 5,000 subscribers. Congrats, man, so much bigger now. But yeah, so those were the days, and COVID really made me realize how much I was on a thin ice. It made me suffer so badly emotionally, right? I wasn't actually physically suffering, but emotionally I was just distraught. I was just so caught in this rabbit hole with no way out that I really told myself I never ever want to be in this desperate situation again. Months passed by and I pushed hard, man. I wanted to make sure YouTube survives and grow, but it wasn't growing. Badminton to restart operations so that I can make some money and get financially more stable and reduce my quote-unquote responsibilities to feed my staff through my own salary. Eventually, the YouTube channel the audiences grew. So thank you. People started to support my affiliate links, the affiliate deals that I've gotten for them, $10, $50 each time someone signs up. So eventually, it really became a sizable amount. So thank you if you supported me. And my closest friends also, tipped me and gave me advice on how to manage my money, those that I've earned. They gave me tips like, hey, I should explore cryptos, which I did, because a desperate person would explore or try anything, man. Even though he's quote-unquote a value investor, and cryptos are like a scam, according to Warren B, Uncle Buffett. Yeah, I started venturing into it and it made a lot of money. I'm going to talk about it in my next video, so stay tuned if you want to learn about crypto investing. Eventually, I was able to kind of have enough money and justification to say, hey, you know what, enough, man. I want to take a leap of faith. And I wasn't making full-time income, probably a part-time-ish. My wife said, you know what, go ahead, hubby. I'm gonna tank for you while you're gone. She's just such a wonderful wife, man. How did I deserve her? Yeah, when times really get tight, she would tank for me. I got her support, so I quit my job half a month in, and I thought my bosses hated me because they were short-handed. That's why we had to work such long hours. So I focused on YouTube. I focused on my investments with, about 6 months runway with kind of saving. So it was a very desperate situation for me to grow my income. And here we are a year later. Yeah, so my passive income from cryptos itself now, because of the good deals that I managed to find, almost rivals my previous full-time job. It's insane. And not only that, I now have a wonderful community of 5,000 supporters on YouTube, a thriving investment Discord group, and most importantly, I can actually do what I truly love anywhere, and I have the ability to take care of my family and be there, because I don't have to stress over dinner time because I must rush work by tomorrow morning. Yeah, but there is still a small problem, and that is I'm still standing on quote unquote relatively thin ice, because if half of your income is supported by crypto, crypto is crypto. So I hope that someday I'll be able to grow my channel into a sustainable business, kind of like Graham Stephan or meet Kevin, right? Someday, hopefully. Only then I feel like, hey, I'm standing on bricks, man. I'm secure. I can make a good business off of YouTube. And that's my story of how COVID really crushed me, the struggles I faced emotionally, and how I tried to kind of overcome it. And for those of you that supported and helped me reach 5,000 subscribers, I love you, 5,000, man. Let's reach for the moon together in terms of our portfolio. And without further ado, stay safe and peace.